the way every day goes. Every time we've no control. If the sky is pink and white, if the ground is black and yellow, it's the same way you showed me. Nod my head, don't close my eyes. Halfway on a slow move. It's the same way you showed me. If you could fly, then you'd feel south. Up north's getting cold soon. The way it is, we're on land. So I'm someone to hold true. Keep you cool when it's still alive. Won't let you down when it's all ruined. Just the same way you showed me. Showed me. You showed me love. Glory from above. Regardless, dear, it's all downhill from here. In the wake of a hurricane, dark skin of a summer shade, nose dive in the floodlines, tall tower, milk crate. It's the same way you showed me. Cannonball off the porch side, older kids trying off the roof. Just the same way you showed me. You were sure if you could die and come back to life, up for air from the swimming pool. You kneel down to the dry land, kiss the earth that birthed you. Gave you tools just to stay alive and make it out when the sun is ruined. That's the same way you showed me. Showed me. You showed me love. Glory from above. Regard, dear, it's all downhill from here. Real life, about how it was. Michael Jackson, all this here. Say what up to me. Say what up to Penny. Say what up to life. Nights running up. Still in granny six. Take it easy. Give me so sweet. Jump my life, immortality. This is life, immortality.
Life is full of challenges, but you don't have...
Damn. What's going on with y'all? This is your girl, Isis Wisdom of ElevatedRadio.fm. What's happening with y'all? What's going on with you? I told you I was going to go live today. But before I go live, I told my daughter that I would promote her products on BarackElsGarden.com. So when you guys get a chance, please make sure you log on to her website. I'm going to spell it right here. The only commercial thing that I'm doing. BarackElsGarden.com. Please go follow her on Instagram as well. But she's got some really dope products. BarackElsGarden.com. Give me here real quick. And you want to break it down for me? She's selling her spiritual bath. Heart, mind, and body. These are spelled baths, okay? And what's this one designed to do?
That one is designed to transmute negative energy into positive energy, especially feelings of self-love.
Designed to transmute negative energy into self-love energy, right?
Yeah, and it's also cleansing, especially for those who suffer from depression and anxiety.
And cleansing, especially for those who suffer from depression and anxiety, okay? So that's that right there. Give me your next product. Because this is going to be a long live. This is called Blocked. This is another one of her products called Blocked.
It's an unhexing body wash.
It's an unhexing body wash. So if you think you might have been hexed or some spells might have been cast upon you, that's what this is for.
It removes witchcraft.
It removes witchcraft, evil eye, gossip, any type of negative energy that someone might have cast upon you. So make sure you check out BarackElsGarden.com. The Tiniest Blessing. She also has conjured perfumes called the Tiniest Blessing right here. This is what it looks like. For fertility, good luck, and good fortune. And by the way, these are mine. So I'm like promoting because this is my payment for promoting on here. Okay. What's this one called?
The Red Veil.
This one's called the Red Veil. And what's this for?
It's Fiery Wall Protection Perfume.
Fiery Wall Protection Perfume. So if you want to get protected, definitely wear this. And this smells so good. Oh my God. Here.
This one is Sun in My Belly.
And this one right here is called Sun in My Belly. And what's this one do?
Perfume is specifically for those who suffer from seasonal depression.
This is specifically for those who suffer from seasonal depression.
Especially those Leos who like to be in denial about their issues. That one is for you.
Oh, damn. She said, especially those Leos that like to be in denial about their issues. Damn. I feel some type of way about that. But that's all good, though.
This one is called Body.
Okay. And what's this one do?
So, that one is for body worship. As
Body. For body worship, meaning that you worship yourself.
Or have others worship you.
Or have others worship you.
It's good for sex magic.
Good for sex magic.
Manifestation.
And manifestation. Hey, 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 hey.
You already know this movie.
Oh, and I've been using this, so don't mind how the bottle looks at the moment because I've been tearing it up. But this, of course, is Angel Tears, and she's got a new Angel Tears that's coming out, which is called The Father, the Son. And so you know she got her spell on when that whole conjunction took place with this last full moon. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's gonna be off the chain. Make sure you log on to my daughter's website, barakiosgarden.com. And also, I will be releasing my money oil soon. And for those who did the pre-orders on the Better Business Oil, it goes out the last 3 days of November. Remember, it's a pre-order. My money oil will be going out soon. I will be announcing it soon. Okay, I'm just trying to get a couple things straightened out with the last orders that I had, and then I'll be announcing it. Okay. Now that I got past that part, and those are all mine, right? That's my payment. Okay. Okay. So now let me go ahead and get into what I really want to talk to you guys about, because this has been a very crazy day for a lot of people. And because I am so sensitive spiritually, I am picking up on a lot of people's frantic energy, which you really shouldn't be frantic. But I'm going to keep it 100 with you and let you know there are some things on the horizon that you need to be made aware of. I'm going to need you to close that blind for me because the sun is just like beaming in. So first things first, you want me to pin her website? Okay, hold on for a minute. Let me pin her website one more time. Yeah, thank you. Barakiel's Garden. She also has an Instagram. Same name. That's her website if you want to get the prices. I can't pin it. I don't know how to pin. I tried that holding the thing and all that. I tried that. Go to her Instagram. The link is in her bio. Okay? So, we'll open it up just a little bit. It's too dark up in here now. Sheesh. Okay. Greetings to everyone on here. So, I want to go ahead and get into it. The media right now is doing some things that is very treacherous right now. A little lower. They are doing some things that are a little lower. They are doing some treacherous things right now. And let me just let you know about one or two outcomes in terms of how this is going to play itself out. Number one, it's either going to go like this. It's either they're going to say for right now that he is the elected president. That's going to reverse itself, or Trump is going to take it to the Supreme Court. That's going to reverse itself. That's number one. Okay. Or the council are going to come back in and say, oh, yeah, well, we said that, but that's not entirely true. Or something's going to come up where they're still having an issue. Okay. So I'm going to make sure you guys are aware of this. So even though they may say that he's elected as president, that Joe Biden is elected as president, it's not going to stick. Okay. This is going to be one of those things where it's going to come back around and just really throw people off. All right. And my stance about this is very simple. I'm not taking a side on this situation. I'm telling you what I see. Okay, that's it. If y'all don't like it, it doesn't have nothing to do with me. I'm just telling you what it is. All right. Now, right now, the tensions are very high. Me and my daughter literally just witnessed something ourselves personally, just probably about 30 or 40 minutes ago. You do have individuals out here that are pulling up in vans, watching people's houses, and crazy stuff like that. So I'm going to say this one thing. My indigenous people, this message goes out specifically to you. I'm going to need you to really keep your wits about you right now. I'm going to need you not to be traveling by yourself. Mamas, keep track of your sons. Brothers, I suggest that you start packing and carrying, and you start walking in 2s and 3s. Whenever you're rolling out, don't roll out by yourself if you can prevent it. I'm going to need you guys to really keep your wits about you, because this game that's being played is really weighing on people's emotions, and there are people that are truly tied into this thing from an emotional perspective, an emotional standpoint. And so it is very important that you understand that the people's minds aren't stable for a number of reasons. One, the frequency of the planet is too damn high, so that's already knocking those who have been operating on a lower vibrational frequency right off their rockers. Okay, that's number one. And don't think that the people don't know this. Don't think that George Soros doesn't know this when he utilizes his media to manipulate the people. Okay, make sure you're clear about that. Number two, there is going to be another lockdown that's going to be coming. Okay, that is to prevent everyone from seeing what's coming. Okay, that is to prevent everyone from seeing what's coming and what's going on with our skies. So you guys need to be aware of that. Number three, someone asked the question, was that going to prevent them from experiencing a solar flare just because they're in their house? No, it will not. You basically got to be 20 to 30 feet in the ground, and I don't even think that's going to work as far as for those that are as far as those that are concerned about that. We got some issues. We got some situations going on with our sun that they just announced. Go to space.com, spaceweather.com. Go check it out. Where they're saying that there is a huge solar flare that is very ginormous, and that is now turning into the direction of our planet. Now, I need you guys to understand something here. Because of the indigenous people's connection to the sun, when we cry out, this thing responds to our cries. And I want you guys to understand this, because we come from that. Okay? When we cry out, this is what happens. Now, some of the stuff could have been avoided on a certain level, but because you have majority of people that are so lost and so caught up in their emotions, they cannot see the game that's being played. In their mind, they got their savior that's saving them, but they have not a clue as to the atrocities that's going to start coming down the pipeline. And unfortunately, the people that you see caught up in this matrix are going to be the first ones to go. So I need to prepare you for this. Okay? You guys need to be aware of this. The frequency just simply isn't high enough. So I need you guys to understand what I'm trying to tell you here. The frequency isn't high enough, and they can't see the game for what it is. They can't see it. And so because of that, these same individuals are going to be the same ones that's going to go out there and go and want to get because of the big C. They're the ones that's going to be, they're the ones that's going to believe everything that their government tells them. They're the ones that's going to believe everything that mainstream media tells them. And they don't even realize that they just dug themselves into a hole. Okay? Those of us that did not get involved in this process, we're in the clear. I suggest that you keep yourself on a certain level to keep yourself in the clear. Keep your wits about you. Keep your mind in check at all times. Do not allow yourself to emotionally get caught up in this thing, no matter which way it goes. Do not allow yourself to emotionally let yourself get caught up in this thing. This is not for you. For those of you that are very conscious, that are very aware, you already know what time it is. For those of you where this new knowledge is coming into play, I'm letting you know, fall back. Fall back. It's not for you. Okay? They're saying that he's projected to win. He has not officially been named the actual president as of yet. Okay? Again, people need to be very careful and read what's being said. Read the words slowly. Listen carefully to what's being said. Okay? Before you go running on down the block. And this also should give you an idea of the magnitude of how people do not think nor read before they have a response to something. So you guys can already see where this is going to go. This is going to get ugly. One way or the other, either way you look at it, whether one wins that they're saying is going to win, all hell's going to break loose. If it goes back and reverse itself, all hell's still going to break loose. Either way you look at it, what I'm saying to you is that you got to keep your wits about you all the way across the board. You don't have time to get caught up in the stupid ass games that these folks are playing. And the way I see it is they're playing a very dangerous game out here. It is very dangerous out here right now. Okay? There are people out here that stalking houses. There are people out here that are watching things. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. Me and my daughter both saw this at the same time. So I'm letting you know it's really real out here. So I want you guys to be aware and just be aware of your surroundings at all times during this time period. You don't be scared. I'm not saying operate in fear. I'm telling you to be aware of your surroundings. Simple. Not a hard thing to do. Do not operate out of fear, because that's when you make mistakes. Be aware of what's happening. Be prepped at all times. Make sure you got enough food saved up, etc., etc. Very simple thing to do. No need for you to get on panic mode. No need for you to get out here and start getting all emotional. No need for any of that. Keep a sound mind about you. Do what everybody else is not doing. Okay? And you're going to make it through this process into next year. Now, as far as the black sun is concerned, that's what I'm talking about. Now, with this solar flare that's coming in our direction, we are going to experience a period of time where it's going to be a blackout because of this thing that's in the sky. That is a thing also they're trying to distract us from. They're doing all the spraying that they possibly can to keep everybody from seeing this thing all over the damn world. You got some people in some countries saying they're not seeing it. You got some people on the other side that's saying that they're seeing it. You can see this thing even at nighttime, during the nighttime. When on a clear day, you can see it at nighttime around the moon. Okay, this thing seems to shift or move around, or maybe because the Earth is rotating on its axis, maybe that's why people are seeing it sometimes and seeing it in certain parts of the country and other people aren't seeing it. Okay, but what I'm going to say to you is that with this situation coming about the way that it is, you guys need to understand that you need to be at the highest vibrational frequency as possible. You cannot afford to not be. Okay? I don't know about y'all, but I don't have no desire to really eat. Like real talk. Like my daughter's over here fasting, I'm juicing. I don't really have a desire to really eat anything right now. It's hard for me just to eat something. It's getting to that point, so I know the frequency is raising higher and higher and higher. I know that's what's going on. Okay? If any of you guys feel this way, it's okay. It's natural for you to feel this way. Okay? It's nothing for you to be worried about, nothing for you to be afraid of. Some of you guys are having vibrations. You are getting upgrades. That's all that's happening here. You're getting upgrades, okay, to prepare you for the shift into the fifth dimension, okay? So don't even worry about it. Just you're going to be going through some of y'all going to be going through some changes and whatnot. It is what it is, okay? This is just to prep you for what's to come. When they start pushing, you know, those injections, make sure that you keep your mind and your mind sound and your wits about you. Make sure you do this, okay? Make sure that you don't allow yourself to get caught up in the matrix. Do not fall into any fear tactics or anything like that. Now, I know there's a couple of y'all has been saying that you're feeling that your nerves have been twitching. You know, some people said to me today that they feel a sense of energy, a heightened energy in the air, and that's just because the people are really tripping and bugging out and all upset and so forth and so on. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, the way this is going to go down, it ain't going to be a good look. You stay the hell out of the way. Stay the hell out of the way. Sit your asses down somewhere. As far as the ringing of the ears, I'm going to need you guys to keep your wits about you in terms of the actual poles, the telephone poles, any of those things that's sending out those radiation waves out into the universe. You got to keep your wits about you because they're cranking that up big time. Okay, they are doing everything in their power to lower the vibrational frequency for everybody on this planet. You guys must understand this. Okay? They are using everything in their power to cause chaos. They're using everything in their power to cause confusion. Okay? And that also means utilizing these damn EMF waves to mess with you. Hence your ears ringing. I suggest you do some research on what type of magnets to get. Well, I suggest you do some research about organite pyramids. I suggest you do some research on other things that can assist you to help you block some of that stuff off away from your head. Okay? You should be feeling peaceful. And there's a lot of people out here that's really freaking out and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let y'all know that coming into December, it's really going to be a wrap. It's really going to be a wrap. And so what I'm saying to you is that I need you guys to really start being prepared for the high vibrational frequency that's coming down the pipeline. Because the higher the frequency goes, the more they're going to try their best to bring down our consciousness. The higher the frequency goes, the more distractions get. The higher the frequency goes, the more fear they're going to pump out. Okay? My uncle just called me yesterday and told me that the governor of California put something out telling folks not to travel for Thanksgiving because of the CV. You know what I'm saying? So they're back to pushing that out. Another one of my friends reached out to me and told me that in Baltimore, Maryland, the city of Baltimore, they're back to phase 1 on the CV. So they're back to locking the whole thing down. But I need you to understand why that's happening, because they don't want your asses to see what's going on up in that sky. They don't want you to see the coming events that's taking place. They don't want you to see all them ships that's surrounding our sun right now. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's some serious motherships around that sun, and I'm gonna post that up on my Instagram today, where you guys can get a clear view of all the damn motherships that are surrounding the sun right now. This is not a game. And I specifically said to you guys a couple months ago that they're going to start uncloaking. These ships are going to start uncloaking in our skies this month. And that's exactly what they're doing. Now, I want you guys to understand something. You need to understand that this is strictly an interdimensional thing. Okay? This is interdimensional. When you begin to start seeing all the planets come together, this is all interdimensional because this planet is a lot larger than what you were told that it was. There are hidden lands on this planet, as I told you once before, and other oceans that you know nothing about. So I want you guys to understand that when you see other suns, when you see other planets, that is all interdimensional. When you start talking about seeing other ships, that is all interdimensional. It is very important that you guys understand that when we talk about 5D, I'm talking about you guys seeing everything that's been hidden to you because you've been operating in a 3D consciousness, which does not give you the ability to see God. If you're not operating in a 5D consciousness, you don't have the ability to see anything. That is the reason why some people can see things. You can have two people standing next to each other and one person's going to see something and the other person's not. It's not that the person that has the ability can see is crazy. It's that your vibrational frequency isn't high enough to see it. That's all that's happening here. Your vibrational frequency is not high enough to see it. I don't know why they be playing with the loud, because I ain't saying nothing. And don't think I won't shift this shit over to YouTube, because I certainly will. This is our time, everybody. Utilize your love frequency as much as you possibly can. If they want to block that, then that should let you know what type of demons is operating here. Love is the only thing that's going to get us through everything that you see happening right now. It is that frequency that is going to help you transition into the fifth dimension in spite of everything that you see going on. It is the love frequency. And that's all I've been trying to tell y'all for the past several months. Do y'all feel the energy, babies? Because I'm going to let y'all know something. I won't be going live for a while. I'm going to take a break. I'm trying to make y'all understand. Yeah, I'm emotional right now because there's so many of us that don't even understand what's happening right now. They don't understand what's happening right now. So listen. Show your family members this live and tell them, Mama, I love you. Daddy, I love you. Love is going to be the only thing that's going to get to your family members. It's the cure to everybody that doesn't know what the hell is going on. They're only going to hear you through here. That's the resolution right here, y'all. It's right here. It's in the heart. Do you guys understand what I'm saying to you? It's in the heart chakra. That's how you get through to your family members. You're not going to get through to them any other way but through here. There's so many of us that don't really understand what's going on. They think that, oh, this is so celebratory. Oh, this, that, and the third. They really don't know. For those of you that are awake, they don't know, babies. They don't know. They don't know. So you gotta talk to them from here now. You can't come up to them forcefully. You can't criticize them because they don't know. You can't come down on them. You're not talking to them with the right frequency. You have to talk to them from the heart, babies. You got to talk to them from the heart. That's the only way you're going to get through to your family members. No other way. The heart, right here. Do y'all feel the frequency? Do y'all feel it in your chest? Everything I do comes from here. And I'm projecting that love energy into every single person that's watching this live right now. Every single person that's watching this live right now, feel the energy from the goddess. Feel the energy. Because if it ain't this frequency, I'm not doing it no other way. I'm not doing it no other way. I had visions. I had sight. I saw so much happening. I'm trying to get you guys to understand that this is our time now. And we should be celebrating and we should be rejoicing. Not because of them, not because of them damn corporate ass election, man. That ain't what this is about. This is about that sun is that black sun that you got, that big ass shadow looking thing that you see sitting behind our sun is really our salvation. It is us. And it's telling you, babies, all this shit that you've been suffering from, all these things you've been going through, the last now shall come first. But those of you that cannot see this, that are caught up in the matrix, you ain't paying attention to the sky, you ain't paying attention to things that are going on around you, you're not tuned into nature, you ain't got no spirituality about you, you ain't got your wits about you, you're going to be cut off. And you won't realize this until after it happens. So for those of you that's got family members, those of y'all that love your people, you talk to them from right here. You don't talk to them from no other place but right here. And you tell them, mommy, daddy, grandma, brother, what have you, in spite of you not believing anything that I'm saying, I need you to feel me from here. Because this is what's talking to you now. That is the power that we have. That's the power we have because we know what this does. We know what this does. We got to stop fighting. We got to stop killing. We got to stop doing all this crazy shit because this ain't the time for that. This ain't the time for that because if you on that type time, you're not going to make it, fam. You're not going to transition. When this solar flare hits and your frequency ain't high enough, babies, you're going to recycle. You're not going to be here. You can't come into the 5D with that mentality. You can't transition out. It can't be done. You're going to recycle. Okay? I'm not telling you this to scare any of y'all. I'm telling y'all this because open your eyes up and look at what is happening. All this dragging everything out, dragging this whole thing out, getting everybody's emotions all stirred up and all that. Don't y'all see the game for what it is? I have a whole lot of love for y'all. Everybody. Man. Everybody that's on this call listening. Whether you indigenous, whether you Caucasian, whether you Asian, I don't give a damn what you are. Spanish, I don't give a shit. As long as you are operating in the frequency of love, I got love for everybody that operates like that in this space, and it ain't nothing else other than that. I don't give a damn. Because we as human beings have allowed so many things to divide us because it was a game that was put upon us, not from us. It was a game that was put upon us by individuals who didn't give a damn about nobody, didn't give a damn about humanity at all on any level. It don't matter what your color your skin is. It don't matter. Even those who played the race card game got played. Them days are over. And if y'all can't get your mindset out of that, you ain't gonna make it into 5D because it's not a place for you. You can't be in that. You can only be in the construct of love. If you can't be in that frequency, you can't go. It's not for you. You're gonna go on with the other shit. And some of y'all that got that hatred and that darkness in your hearts, and I'm talking about all people here. Some of y'all that got that hateness and that darkness in your hearts for other people, that envy and all that, your frequency is too low, baby. And time has ran out. You don't have no more time. Time is up. Time was up when we went through the shift in in October. We went through the shift from October 20th to the 27th. That was the shift. Now, we're going to deal with something else. So I'm just here to let you guys know, out of love, spread love to everybody that you know. That's all I'm asking y'all to do. Spread love to everybody that you know. Don't be angry. None of that. Spread love to everybody that you know. I'm sorry for getting emotional. I didn't know that this was going to happen like that. But I told myself, and I said a prayer before I decided to do this live, that I need everybody who's taking the time out to listen to this live to really hear me on a heart level. What? Thank you. My daughter said, don't apologize for having emotions. Blessings to all my babies on this live. I want the best for everybody who's taking the time out to listen, to take the message and run with it far and wide. Yeah, the Cancer moon. You're right, baby. Yeah, you're right. In spite of all the hardness around me with the Leo and the Aries, yeah, I do have a heart for people. I love you too, Ty Phoenix. And I want you guys to know that all the information that I put out there for everybody, it's just simply to make you guys aware of things that are going on, whether you agree with me or whether you don't. My intentions is to mean well. But I don't know about y'all, but I feel the energy in the air. And remember who you are. You have the ability to change the energy and the frequency and the vibes to whatever you want it to be. And you have the power to change the reality so you don't attract certain experiences to your life. That's the Godhood. That's the God state. Okay? You got to start walking in the know because this is your time. See, in spite of everything that we've been through in this country, my indigenous folk, we still love. We just need to know how to have love for one another now. Because we love everybody else out here but ourselves. This is our time for us now to come together on a collective level and watch how God works. You want to see how God works? My indigenous folk, all of us need to come together now. And you're going to see how God works. And this is the one thing that they never wanted to happen for us, is that. No more division. No more division. And teach those who don't know any better by setting the example on how you carry yourself. That's how you do that. Whether they have it in them or they don't. Because sooner or later, with the way this frequency is going, those individuals are going to go that way. And you're going to go that way. But never allow anybody else's shit stop you or deter you from where you know you need to be at in life. Because you still got to live. If they can't get with it, then they can't get with it. It just is what it is, babies. And I need you to be in that space of acceptance as it pertains to that. It is what it is. You chose you. When I hear people say about the chosen ones, it's not that there's some entity or some being out here that chose you for this, that, and the third. That's not what happened here. What happened here is because you are a part of the whole, you chose you. Understand that. Nothing external of you made you special other than yourself. That God energy is just experiencing itself. But you actually were the one who chose you. That's all that's happening here. Yes, I'm saving the live, baby. And yes, this one is going to YouTube. I want you guys to understand this. The whole external relation of power thing, don't you understand? The savior syndrome that we've been operating on all this time. I'm talking about us now. The savior syndrome that we've been operating all this time, that's a spell. That's a spell. Stop giving power to something outside of you. Stop doing that because you're not helpless. That's what puts you in a state of helplessness when you are waiting for something to save you. You want to look at something that's going to save you? Go outside and look at that damn sun. It's going to do what it's going to do. And not a single person on the planet is going to be able to escape that. Not a single person on the planet. So y'all need to get yourselves together and choose yourself. Choose you. All that other shit, that shit's going down the drain. Choose you. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to be left standing. Those who have the ability to understand survival of the fittest starts with the mind first. The meek shall inherit the earth, right? Meaning that those that understand that you vibrate on the frequency here, those folks are going to inherit the earth. That's what's going to be transitioning out. That's who's going to be doing their thing. They're going to do everything in their power to destroy everything they need to destroy because they know their time is up. We know that. They know that. Hell, we don't even need to repeat that. We know what it is. It's obvious. You're seeing it for what it is. That's all it is. Afro Sister, send me a text message, please, because I lost my numbers out of my phone when I went to Mexico. Please text me. I got that reading for you. So I want to say that. And I hope you guys really felt the love energy coming from me. I hate when I get emotional in my lives. I hate this. I hate it. But when I think about the magnitude of what I see coming down the pipeline, it affects me in a certain way. That lets you know that I clearly really do care. I mean, a lot of y'all did know that, but I'm just saying that lets you know that I really do care, because I don't have to do this shit. I'm going to ask you guys to please, just as from a supporting perspective, I would ask you please to kindly send this video out to as many people as you possibly can. Because they need to get this message that love is the only way. They need to get that message. They need to get this message. It's important. That's always been the foundation. And I'm going to tell y'all something. All this is really about, because of our collective consciousness, is us coming back to us. That's all this is. All this is really about is us coming back to us. That's it. And our ancestors are waiting for us to figure these things out. They're waiting for us. They are going to help and assist us through this transition, but they've been waiting for us to figure what I just said out. All this is about us and our collective consciousness. That's it. And if there are those that want to ride with us, they can ride with us as long as they understand that the frequency that they got to roll on is the same frequency we rolling on. And if they can't roll on the same frequency, well, then it is what it is. Because that's going to take care of everything that can't roll on that frequency. I can assure you. I can assure you. The sun is going to take care of everything that can't roll on that same frequency. It's going to wipe it right on up out of here. That's all the ancestors have been doing, is waiting for us to get on code. That's what it's always been about. That's what it's always been about. Always been about. We've been separated because of religion. We've been separated because of tradition. We've been separated because of race. We've been separated because of different belief systems and all this crazy stuff. You still part of the macro. Yes, each of us have our own individuality. This is true. But at the end of the day, you still part of the same energy. If you got a spirit and a soul, you still part of the God source. You still part of the ethers. You still part of creation. You're not separated from that. I'm glad you've gotten your calling already, baby. Yes, we are connected. You know, people are crying because they don't know. You know, and you got Stockholm syndrome out here. Okay, it is what it is. You got Stockholm syndrome out here. For all of us know that the old construct got to go. So let me tell you what goes with that old construct. What goes with that old construct is old ways of thinking. That's why you saw me break down. Because those old ways of thinking, those folks that are caught up in that, they out of here, fam. They gone. That's what I'm trying to. That's really what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. They out of here. They're not. The frequency isn't high enough for them to see the bigger picture. They're out of here. Those that got caught all up, that what you see today, all the marching you see, all the rioting you taking place, all the people you see out here celebrating, thinking one thing, all the people, if you're even caught up, I don't give a damn if you're caught up one way or the other, it doesn't matter. It's a wrap. Them folks are already locked in because of the shift that took place in October. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. They're locked in. They are where they are. And the only thing that's going to help them get out of that is what I told you, this right here. And if they're not receptive to this right here, if you see that they're not receptive to this right here, it is what it is. Start getting your affairs in order. Start making your plans to break away and get your shit together. I want you to be clear about what I'm saying. I'm going to be as 100 with you as I possibly can. You might not like what I have to say, and so be it. You don't have to like it, but I'm not here to talk to you. I'm not here to make you like anything. My name is, I call myself I am the realest to ever do it on Instagram because I'm going to be 100 with you all the way across the board. Whether you like what I have to say or you don't. Period. I'm going to look at you dead in your face like I'm looking right into this camera right now. Get your affairs in order. Get your shit in order. And get prepped. Because the way I see this, it's gonna be a shitstorm. Either way you look at it. Get your affairs in order. And understand that either you're with love or you're not. That's it. No straddling the fence. No, I want to play the lukewarm game. No, 1 minute I got my foot in this door. Next minute, no, you got to be all in, baby. You got to be all in. Before that right there makes a decision for you. You got to be all in. Love has got to guide you and not fear. That is absolutely correct. And if you got love, there ain't no place for fear. You can't have love and fear in the same space, y'all. And if you got fear going on, get your shadow work started to find out the core issue of where the fear is coming from. Graduate from it. Let that shit go. If any of y'all on this live right now are holding on to some things that it's not serving you a purpose to your greater good, and you still being weighed down by bags that your ass haven't let go, now would be the time for you to go ahead and let that shit go. For those of y'all that want to know more about shadow work, you guys can reach out to Transcendent Consciousness on Instagram. You also can reach out to, I wish I knew her last name. I can't think of her last name right now. A young lady, she goes by the name of Quinn. I had her on my YouTube channel. Go look at the last, not the last one, go look at the show that I did on YouTube channel and go check that out. And I'm also putting together a free program that I'm not charging anybody for, that's going to be sitting on YouTube, where it's kind of like a thing where you can start doing your own work stuff at like your own workshop, so to speak, or your own journal, where you can start doing your own lessons and things like that on your own, where you can start doing shadow work to release yourself from the traumas and things like that you've been through. Okay, but when you start doing shadow work, it's when one faces the darker sides of themselves and understands the base of where that came from. And understands that they can only heal from the past. They can't fix it. You can only heal from the past. So when you start doing that, when you start going into the shadow work, you start dealing with the actual real aspects of yourself that you choose not to deal with, the parts that are very scary for you. So you can heal and let all this shit go. And that's how you raise your vibration frequency up to get into the 5D. That's how you do it. And there are people out here that you can talk to. If you know somebody that's a psychologist or a life coach, look them up. I don't care what it is that you got to do. Don't be afraid to deal with yourself. Because this is now about you healing. Because here's how this works. This is about you loving yourself. It'll be impossible for you to love anyone else or anything else if you first do not love yourself. If you cannot put yourself first and do self-care and take care of yourself first, if you do not have the ability to do that for yourself first, it's going to be impossible for you to really experience love the way that you're supposed to experience it. It will be impossible. So yes, it does start with the self first. This is the reason why so many of us have been talking about, so many healers have been talking about the shadow work. That's why, because we understand this, because we stay doing this stuff on a regular basis. We stay doing this work on a regular basis. We stay doing it. And I'm going to tell you something. There's no freedom like the freedom when you could put that shit to rest and it no longer haunts you anymore. There's no freedom like that freedom. You become different. People even see you differently. Because as I said once before, your inner world controls your outer world. We were never truly taught how to love ourselves. We didn't have a manual or a book that said this is what you got to do, this, that, and the third. We weren't told these things, but so many of us have gotten so far away from ourselves that a lot of times we don't even know who the hell we are because we rock with so many different personalities, putting on airs for so many different people instead of just being comfortable with who we really are on the inside and being comfortable in that space. Okay? We haven't gotten to that. Some of us haven't gotten to that point yet. Start now. It's like cleaning your canvas. You have at any given time the ability to clean your slate at any given time. And start over by dealing with self first. Sometimes you're going to tell some folks in your life, look, I need a break. I love you and everything. Sort of, kind of, but I'm not even sure if I even know really what that is. But check this out. I need to figure out me. I got to figure out me right now. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This got everything to do with my personal journey. And if you love me the way that you say that you do, you will give me the space and allow me to go through that process. That's called you being 100 with yourself. And you're going to need that time. We have been split by so many different emotions. We have been split by so many different things. And and you know what? Let me just say this. We allowed ourselves to get so distracted, which is the reason why I had the stuff that you see going on that's happening right now. I want to make sure you guys are clear about something. You can sit up here and you can blame Donald Trump. You can sit up here and you can blame Joe Biden. You can sit up here and you can blame your friends, your family members, your best friends, your brother and sister and all that. Let me tell you a real truth here. The only reason why any of the people in this country are in the position that they're in right now is because they were too lazy to do the work for themselves. I'm just going to keep it $1.50. Didn't nobody stop you from going to a library and learning about law, y'all? Didn't nobody stop you from learning about politics and how it works? Didn't nobody tell you to get comfortable with having other people lead you, even when you saw them leading the country in the wrong direction? Okay? So if you got issues about that, look in the mirror. Look in the damn mirror. It's your fault. It's your fault. Everybody in this whole entire country, it's your fault. Because you played the helpless game. You played the game of thinking that you wouldn't make a difference. You played all these different games thinking this and thinking that. It all comes back to us. So when I see the chain of events that I see taking place with this whole thing, all that does, and I'm gonna just keep it really 100 with y'all. It shows our failures. It's like a big ass mirror being held to our faces. That's 99% of the reason why black people hate Trump. It ain't got nothing to do with what this man said out his mouth. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that type of shit. It has everything to do with the fact that you allowed this shit to happen. You allowed it to happen. Same with Joe Biden. You allowed this shit to happen. You allowed every single thing to come into place. You allowed this shit to happen. Because you bought into something that you chose not to educate yourself on. And for those of you who say, well, I didn't know about that. Well, what stopped you from just taking the time out to read? I mean, at the end of the day, at some point in time, you got to take personal responsibility for some shit that happens. Okay, it is what it is. You got to take some kind of responsibility for some shit that happens. So that's why a lot of black folks don't like Donald Trump. Because he puts it right in your damn faces every single day. And you don't like what you're seeing. You don't like that. And for the Caucasians, you don't like the fact that he's exposing you for who you really are. You don't like that either. It is what it is. You're seeing a very cold and ugly truth about yourself and the role that you played in your existence since you've been here. Accountability is a mother effer. You may not think that you played a role in it, but I can assure you, you definitely played a role in it. You definitely played a role in it. Why else do you think elected officials who work for the people got away with all the stuff that they got away from? Because the people didn't enforce it. If you go and you read your Constitution, it was made for the people, by the people. It was never supposed to be where a tyrannical government was over the people. That was never the way that was supposed to go. We were the ones who gave them their power, and we were the ones who take the power back. That's how it goes. That's what the republic was about. Damn a democracy. That's some bullshit. That's what a republic was all about. And we were the ones that created that. We set the ground rules from the very beginning because we were already from these lands. When they created that Constitution, I want to make sure you guys are clear. They created that Constitution from the Iroquois Nation. They created that Constitution from us and mimic after us. So I want to make sure you're clear about how far this really goes and how deep this shit really goes. Because this shit goes real deep. Deeper than you guys can even imagine. Everything that you see being birthed and that's happened at this point, let me make sure you're clear about something. I really want to make sure you're clear about something. It started with us and it's going to end with us. Make sure you're clear about that. It started with us and it's going to end with us. What do I mean by that? You have some dirty ass goddamn Moors out here that turned on their own people and turned this country upside down. You have some dirty ass Indian tribes out here that work for the Federation, that enslaved their own goddamn people. Like I said, it started with us and it's going to end with us. Do you really believe a foreigner could have came on our lands and did the shit that they did without the permission of somebody that didn't look like us? See, that's the downloads that came to me when I was down in Mexico. When I started seeing things and I started seeing the people. Y'all ain't ready for that truth. Y'all ain't ready for that part of the history to talk about that real history right there. Y'all not ready for that. When I got that download, when I talked about the answers in the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, things started hitting me. I told you I was getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of downloads at once. It was crazy to me. The stuff that was coming to me, the flashes and the visions that I was getting. This is the reason why I told you that this is about us. And it always has been. I got to speak real truth. And there's some Moors on this live right now that know I'm telling the truth. Period. Some of y'all were born to Caucasian women and you had a total different mindset than those that weren't. Okay? It is what it is. Scientifically proven that's what the hell it was. And you turned this country upside down for your mama's people. It is what it is. Now we got to fix that shit. The new generation, we got to fix that. Or y'all got to fix that. As an indigo, I'm here to help pave the way. All the indigos that are here, we're here to pave the way to make this shit better and make this shit right and correct this shit. But I'm always going to speak truth to power. Make sure you're clear about that. It started with us and it's going to end with us. I'm done with the live. I got 10 seconds to go. Peace and love. I'm not coming back. I said what I said. Peace.